Right lads, we're back with part 2 of future League of Ireland stadiums. Starting off with Sligo and the Showgrounds, a very ambitious project to say the least. Now the Showgrounds itself is a pretty decent ground already. Not the biggest, but then again Sligo, it's not exactly a big place, is it? But the plan is to of course build upon the already existing ground, fixing up the Tracy Avenue stand, the main one, the railway stand, while also building a new stand behind the far goal, and at the third a new stand and replacing the Jinx Avenue stand, which if you don't know is the away fan stand and also where Forza Rovers usually are. This would be on top of other minor improvements, bringing the ground up to UEFA Category 3 standard, as well as construction of new academy grounds alongside the existing stadium. There's also going to be restaurants and everything pretty much built into this complex, so I'm very much looking forward to visiting this thing when it's finished in 2028. Next up, Tolka Park. Now, as I mentioned last time, the idea for a shared stadium between Bohs and Shells was thrown out the window about a year ago, and Shells were able to win their appeal and keep Tolka Park. Now, none of this changes the fact that Tolka Park itself is still in a very dire shape, but there have been proposals, the most recent and substantial of which I can find is by the Save Tolka Park Brigade, which proposes fixing up the main stand and Riverside stand with new seats and roofs, construction of a new stand in the place at the Ballybow end for away fans, and demolition of the Drumcondra stand, which itself is a fairly new stand, but unfortunately it was built to Irish standards, making it not safe, which will be replaced by a brand new 3-story building that will house changing rooms, corporate boxes, offices, pretty much anything you need to run a football club. Again, this one is outdated and has also not been approved, so take this one with a grain of salt. This is the best I could find. Finally for today, we have Richmond Park. Now, of course, back in 2018, plans were proposed for Richmond Arena, a 12,000 seater stadium that would serve as the heart of Inchicore. It was basically going to be a mini city centre with shops and everything, and easily would have been the best stadium in the league had it been built. But instead, unfortunately, Dublin City Council has decided, let's build a lot of fucking houses on it. Which is ironic because it's now 2023 and nothing has been done with these plans. Well done, Fine Gael. But here's the thing, Richmond Park is already a pretty decent ground, contrary to those of you in the comments who call it a kip. So realistically, it doesn't actually need that much in terms of redevelopment. Now bear in mind, all of this I'm about to say is just speculation coming from a Pats fan, but from chats I've had with people, likely redevelopments could be turning the patron stand into an actual proper stand, fixing up the main stand and Camac Terrace a little, and more than likely a complete renovation of the shed end, alongside media facilities, catering, and various other smaller, but nonetheless noteworthy improvements.